Hello, my name is Perry. This is episode 86 of BPerryFilms Podcast. In today's video, it'll be an introduction into my new web series called Understanding Healthy Hair. And this video is going to be part 3 of maintaining your silk press and how to protect your hair through heat and also weather conditions. So I'm going to be talking about 4 products that you can use to help you maintain your silk press and also keep your hair nice and anti-frizz throughout the whole experience of you having your hair out, whether you wear it curly or wear it straight. So I'm going to go through these 4 products. 2 of them are going to be through Color Wow, one's by Fenty and the other one's by Olaplex. So I want to start with this one right here. This is called the Protective Type. It's by Fenty Hair. This is a cream version of a heat protectant. It has a nice smell. You only need a little bit. And what I like about this is that it's good for keeping frizz away. Also, it's a heat protectant, so you can use this right before you start blow drying your hair and right before you even do a silk press. And it also nourishes and hydrates the hair. And also on the back it says that it keeps the hair hydrated. And like I said, it helps with frizzing because, you know, in different weather conditions, whether you're down south or even living in Massachusetts, you know that the weather is very inconsistent. It could be raining one day, very hot the next day, snowing the next day. You don't know what you're going to get each day. But we are guaranteed in Massachusetts, if it says 10% chance of rain, it's definitely going to rain. But we don't know how much it's going to be. But my mother uses this one. This is good for her because when we go to the salon, I think it's important to make sure that you are having some type of heat protectant, whether it's in liquid form or a custard or even a spray, which I will have in these examples. It's good to make sure that you have it on each strand of hair, so to make sure that you prevent heat damage. And heat damage is like an alteration of your hair texture. It could be burnt, and you'll see a lot of stray pieces that are bone straight that shouldn't be straight. And sometimes the best result is just to clip them off or go into protective styles like braids, wash and go, something to rehydrate the hair and get it back to its normal elasticity and structure. This one can also go up to 450 degrees. This is a product that I use all the time. It's called Olaplex number 7. What I like about this is that it's a heat protectant. It has a lot of features to it. And anyone who knows Olaplex, they're focused on building bonds. And a fun thing about this company is that this is what most celebrities use, especially if you have chemical treated hair, whether that you're blonde, got relaxers, texturizers, or even if you have natural hair. While this is your heat protectant, it helps fight frizz. And also you can use this as an oil to keep your hair nourished and hydrated and keep it moisture. And it penetrates through the strands, which I love about this. And also a quick note on Fenty's Protective Type is that it does penetrate through the strands as well, and it also has that patent feature that helps repair any damaged hair. And also keep note that you can use this up to 450 degrees. And I recommend using products like the Tymo Airflow if you're going to use this for flat ironing your hair, but you want to make sure if you're going to have a silk press, you want to make sure that you blow dry your hair really well. And I use this product right here. It's called the Tymo Air Hype. If you want to get a full thorough review on each one of these products, you can watch in my older videos on my podcast. But just a quick note, I use the Tymo Air Hype, which is the blow dryer, at 140 degrees. I don't go any higher, but it helps make sure that my hair stays hydrated, make sure it's not overheating, and make sure that your hair is fully dry. Because the worst thing that you can do with any flat iron is flat iron wet hair, unless if it's one of those flat irons or the air straight where it has to set to dry hair and then wet hair. But other than that, you're probably going to use your basic flat iron or even the airflow. Like I said, you have to make sure that your hair is completely dry. But what I like about this tool right here is that it has fans to keep your hair cool because no one wants to have very hot hair touching your shoulders. It's uncomfortable, let me tell you. Also, use my link down in the description box to save on Timer products. I just wanted to give you a quick mention on that so you can get the best offer, especially for Labor Day. So, these are the next two products. This is the Color Wow by Dreamcoat. What I like about these is that they have one for curly hair and they have one for if you want to do a silk press. What I like about the curly hair one is that they have bigger sizes, and these are two of the smallest ones and they have a bigger one. But what I like about this is that you can use the curly one for if you want to do like your regular, you can still straighten your hair, but it's more for people that are going to wear their hair in its natural state, and it helps fight frizz, and that's important in humidity. And you can use this as a heat protectant as well. And this is heat activated, so you have to use something with tension, like a paddle brush, a blow dry brush, and make sure that you're applying tension. So pretend that this is a blow dryer and you're bringing this down, bringing it down. Apply tension to make sure that it seals in. And also keep in mind that what these protectants is that it has keratin, and how this works is that it doesn't penetrate through the strands, but it has a coating on the hair. But if you have fine hair or very low density hair, make sure that you don't put it over 300 degrees Fahrenheit. And then if you have thicker or coarse hair or curly hair or wavy hair, you can put it up to 380, but don't go any higher because it won't protect it after that, and you will be susceptible to heat damage. But like I said, you're gonna apply tension whether it's through this hairbrush. Well, they call it a round brush. You can easily use one of these. This is by Conair. I got this from a store and I can't wait to try to use it. And this is by Sacred. This is the vented paddle brush, and both of them work fine, but you're gonna get different results. But like I said, you wanna apply tension when you're coating this through your hair. And then also, when you're doing your silk press, make sure that you have a parting tail comb so you can get in those parts perfectly, and then make sure that you do the chaser method where you have the flat iron going through and making sure that the strands go all the way through. Make sure that there's no kinks or anything because you want to make sure that your hair is silky and shiny. And also another thing to make sure that your hair is fully nourished and healthy is making sure that you are staying hydrated, making sure that you're putting your oils in, making sure that you're eating healthy, making sure that you exercise and have a balanced diet. There's a lot of factors that go into play, and it's not just the products. If you don't have a healthy body, a healthy scalp, healthy strands, then there's no point of trying to get these different looks. Your hair is going to look matted, it's going to look crazy, it's going to have all types of different things going on. Like I said, I try to maintain my hair as straight as possible, and I try to put as very little of products as I can because I don't want it to weigh down or be too heavy. And just find products that work best for you. If you want to do a custard type of feel, go for Fenty. This works really well. Like I said, it has a nice smell. It's a cream base, thermal protector, 5-in-1, nourishes the hair, make sure that it's anti-frizz, works up to 450 degrees, works perfectly. Now, if you want something lighter, go oil, and I would go with Olaplex number 7 bonding oil. This retails for $30, and this really works. You just have to put like maybe 2 or 3 dabs, rub your hands together to activate it through heat, run it through your strands, all of it. Make sure that you get in the roots, the strands, and it works just evenly. I love it to death. And like I said, It's good at anti-humidity. And also, you can bring it on your travel bag. It fits the description for travel. So you can bring it on the road, bring it on the plane. Now for these, I believe these small ones were about, this one is for $12, this is for $16, and then I have the full-size one for, I believe, $31 or $32. You can get that in the description box below. All these you can get in the description box below. And I recommend this if you want to use something that has like a nice coating and doesn't mess up your hair texture. Like I said, it goes over your strands, so you will feel a slight film, but it will go away after a couple days. But this is good if you want something that will last you for at least 4 washes. So that's a total of maybe an average of 2 months that you don't have to respray this. And I end up using this one right here. And you have to make sure that you saturate the hair. So with this one right here, you have to keep a note that you have to shampoo, basically go with the clarifying shampoo, regular hydrating shampoo, a conditioner, and then you're gonna coat this in your hair. And then right before you put this in your hair, you wanna make sure that your hair is at least, well, we'll say roughly about 60% wet. And spray it on there. Make sure that you go from root to end. Be very generous with this. And this is the only product that I will say this about, because you want to make sure it coats the hair. And make sure that you don't air dry it. Make sure that you are using one of these brushes with the blow dryer. Apply as much tension as you need to get this to sail through. And like I said, it's good for 4 washes. Don't add any other protectants or oils into your hair. And let it just be for a day. And then after that, you can style it with any type of product that you need to. And it gives your hair some shine as well, so it doesn't leave it dull. Same thing with this one. Anti-frizz, fights humidity. Love these to death. I got hip to these recently. Like I said, I use this one, and I use Olaplex number 7. And make sure that you do not put the Dream Coats over between 300 and 380, depending on your hair type. So keep that in mind. I want to say thank you for watching this video. This was very insightful for me and also for all of you. I just want to find ways to make sure that everyone's taking care of their hair the best way that they need to. And understand that your hair does grow. It has its own hair cycle, but you want to treat it like a plant. If you put too much heat on it, it's going to dry out. If you overhydrate it, it's going to be very mushy and it won't react the way that it needs to. And you need to make sure that you balance moisture and protein and make sure that you have a good balance of protection. Making sure that you protect those strands with all your might. Alright, so hopefully you all enjoy the rest of your day. Follow me on YouTube, the BPerryFilms Experience, TikTok and Instagram, BPerryFilms, and LinkedIn, Bobby L. Perry, and follow me on Substack, where I have my posts on understanding healthy hair, and I'm actually starting a blog series on it, and all those links will be in the description box below. Hope you all enjoy.